Welcome back everyone to Final Fantasy XIV. I am back with the new hard drive, which I'm hoping is going to stop those issues where the recording just basically destroyed itself. So we're going to be seeing about that today. Or at least hopefully. Might take a couple of recordings, but in any case, I'm basically testing this out for the first time in a while. As it stands, I had to basically redo all my HUD layout here because it reset itself for whatever reason, which is kind of strange to me that it would do that just because I would change out the hard drive, because these games usually they're not on my sides for that type of thing, I would think, but I guess this one must save the controls somewhere on my computer. In any case, let's go ahead and do this. I must say, this is rather unusual. Not just one, but a whole party of fresh new faces in my tavern. We but recently arrived in Ishgard and are eager to acquaint ourselves with our more notable establishments, Master. Gilbriant. Just Gilbriant, do? And I'm flattered you think so highly of my establishment. Can't promise it'll live up to your expectations, but if it's decent food and drink you're after, you could do much worse. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Speaking of your clientele, I could not help but note a difference between those who frequent the upper and lower floors. Spy that, did you? Aye, up here you'll find peddlers, porters, off-duty knights, and so forth, dropping in on their way to and from somewhere else. Regular folks, maybe, but not locals. Folks from the Broom, they tend to congregate downstairs, where we offer a menu more suited to their taste. Cheaper meals, stronger spirits, all quality mine, but not the sort of stuff I'd recommend to yourselves. You speak at the lower levels, yes? Why do they call them the Broom, if I may ask? Because when the weather's found, the broom rolls in thick. It's the poor sods living at the bottom who have to deal with it. I see. It's not just the weather. When the wyverns broke through the wards and started tearing up the city, it was the broom that got the worst of it. While the pillars enjoyed the protections of the high houses and the temple knights, more than a few are still sore about that mine, which is why, considering your present company, I'd recommend you keep your wits about you if you mean to go below. Something sharp in your boot, just to be sure. I shall take your words to heart, sir. Master Alphano, I would think it'd be best if we turned to Fortemps Manor. You go on ahead without me. I'm staying for a drink or two. Mr. Tar, I'm afraid that is out of the question. My lord, the Count, would never forgive me if I abandoned one of his charges in such a place. Least of all, a maiden. What are you up to, Tataru? Look around, Alphanu. This tavern is full of people whose business regularly takes them beyond the gates of judgment. Friends like that could practically live here and wait for the newest gossip to come to me. Indeed, but will you be safe here on your own? Oh please, do you know how often I looked after the waking sands and the rising stones by myself? If I had a gill for every unwelcome call I've driven away, I'd be rich beyond my wildest dreams. I'll be fine. Not that I doubt the lady's knack for fending off unwanted advances, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let anyone lay an unwelcome hand on a patron in my establishment. That settles it then. Tataru, Nara, and I shall return to the manor for now. Contact me by link pearl if you require assistance. I will. Well, that was a short trip, I guess. I was actually expecting something to happen here, but I guess not. How do I get out of here again? That's actually a good question. I didn't look at the sea. Oh, is this the door right here? No, it's not, actually. Was it up here? Okay, yes, okay. I was very confused for a moment there. I don't remember where the Fortemps Manor is, though. That's the only bad thing. Dang it, I'm not seeing any, Is it the pillars? Okay, yeah, it's the pillars. Last vigil is where we want to go, I guess. Alright, yeah, that puts us right in front of it. Works out very nicely then, actually. Guessing there's a, Where is he? Should be right here. Do I have to talk to the guard? Oh, yep, okay, I have to talk to the guard. This is a new area, so I'm not, I thought it was just taking a while for the guy to show up, but I actually had to go inside. Okay. Tell us then, Master Alphanode, does Ishgard meet your expectations? Which I imagine pales in comparison to the reality. I felt the weight of 1,000 years of history with every step I took. And when those steps took me past the scars left by the Wyverns and Foundation, I understood how easily this history could end in tragedy. The attack was devastating, the casualties unspeakable. Wyverns did not discriminate. Armed men and women, even children were given no quarter. Sir Aramik had ordered his knights to strengthen our defenses, and each house had been called upon to lend what support it can. There's much to be done, yet alas, able-bodied men and women are in short supply. Mayhap we could be of assistance, my lord. After all you've done for us, we would be welcome any opportunity to pay your kindness. That is the most generous offer, Master Alphano. You are guests in my home, to whom I have extended my hospitality without obligation. Let in lane. Nevertheless, Ishgard's need is great, and if you are willing to aid our cause, I cannot well refuse. Good, what would you ask of us? From what I heard, you are an intelligent and persuasive young man. Such qualities may prove most useful to us in our efforts to secure provisions from foreign sources, and identifying trustworthy suppliers, brokering contracts, and so on. As for you, Mistress Scorchdust, I could ask for no better than a storied veteran such as yourself, a woman with the capacity to act swiftly and decisively when needed, to aid Artoriel and Ameline in their duties. I beg your pardon. I am more than capable of carrying out my duty by myself. I have no need of an honored guest's assistance. Now, be reasonable, brother. What manner of fool would say no when a famous hero offered to do his work? Hold your tongues. By the Fury, the two of you will conduct yourselves with dignity befitting your station and show Mistress Scorchdust the respect she deserves. This is the woman who slowly Gaius von Berseria and some half-dozen primals by his sides. She is not here to steal your glory or serve as your errand girl. If you pardon them impropriety, Mr. Scorchdust, I should much oblige if you'd lend my sons a helping hand. My thanks, very willing. They may even learn something from you. Alright. 'Twould seem we shall not want for employment over the coming days, though that was never in doubt. Our host's initial reluctance to accept our offer of aid was solely for appearance's sake. Truth, he is glad of this opportunity to put us to work. By granting his patronage, Harst Fortemps has taken a tremendous risk. Till we demonstrate our worth to Ishgard at large, the Count will face considerable opposition from his peers in matters great and small. And so he would have us publicly serve Ishgard while simultaneously keeping his sons in check. This arrangement we may benefit from in unexpected ways. My own duties may feasibly bring me in contact with people who know something of our missing comrades. As you go about helping our two lords with their various responsibilities, you will inevitably make no acquaintances in Isgard. Yeah, even new allies. Yes, the more I think on it, the more confident I am that by furthering their goals, we shall further our own. Alright, let's see here. Rainbow Cap of Healing, why not? Well, looks like we have two different people here to take stuff from. Shall we be off then, old girl? Ah, but where are my manners? Ameline de Fortemps, second son of Count Edward de Fortemps, trueborn, that is. Yes, I know what you're thinking. You're absolutely right. What ill fortune to be so born second in a society where the eldest inherits all. Oh, my brother would never cut me off, 'tis true, but who could be satisfied subsisting on a meager allowance, forever overshadowed by a sibling? Not I, old girl, not I. Which is why I need your help to ensure that this business in the Sea of Clouds goes swimmingly. So the tales of my great deeds can win me a place in the people's hearts, or better yet, raise me higher in their estimations than Arteriel. Ambitious, I grant you, but then I do have a legendary here to do my bidding. Oh, don't look at me that way. I jest, I jest. Anyway, we're here to aid the good men and women of House Hollandart. They have been steadfast friends to our house, though they've fallen on hard times since the calamity, poor blighters. As for precisely what we'll be doing, well, what fun would it be if I told you everything in advance? Just come along with me to the airship landing. We'll need to take the airship to Count Cloudtop. Alright, and then we'll talk to this one over here. Let's begin anew, Mistress Scorchess. I am Sir Errands de Fortemps, eldest son of Count Edmond de Fortemps. You will forgive me for my outburst, I hope. I mean no disrespect. I merely consider myself equal to the duties entrusted me, unlike some. Hierophant has spoken of you often. If you are even half the woman he claims, I should be glad to have you at my side. To the matter at hand, then we will be assisting my esteemed compatriots of House Darrendale and Dismal. You are aware of our friendly rivalry, I take it. I will suffice to say, prospect of assisting said houses do not fill me with joy. However, it is the will of the Holy See that we set aside our differences at this crucial juncture, but we shall speak more of that anon. First, we must needs secure transport to Falcon's Nest. Let us make for the Chocobo Stables and Foundation. So we're not going to be able to do these both at the same time, because it seems like we're heading to different places, so I guess we'll have to make a choice here and do the other one later. It looks like we got a quest over here, actually. Excuse me, adventurer, I would ask of you a favor of House Fortemps. My lord is hosting a banquet and requests attendance from the other high houses. Take these invitations and see they're delivered at once. Of course, you'll likely not be granted an audience with the lords and ladies of the high houses. Leaving these with the guards will do, but they must be delivered. Alright, we can do that. Business heavy hitter of House Ironart. Sure, I'll give you this, why not? Invitation to divine of House Fortemps. Me lord will be honored to attend. But I'm afraid he's quite busy at present, with the breach of Gishgard's defenses and rising heretic activity. Can't really say he's too busy, though. That's for him to decide. You have me word that this invitation will be delivered. I need the drop down there, yep. Nice. Okay, that leads to one of the main quests, so gonna check out this spot over here. I'm assuming it's right up here. Yeah, it is, okay. This is the residence of House Desmo. If you have no business here, I must ask you to leave. Well, I do have business here. Here you go. Banquet hosted by House Hortemps, I see. Oh, it's nothing. Shows my lord has been tied up with the restoration of Falcon's Nest. I imagine making time to attend will be difficult. Nevertheless, I'll see to it that he receives the invitation. Alright. And then one more. Which is back this way, so it's kind of confusing that it took me all the way back over here. But whatever. Is it down this way? I'm just ever so slightly confused by this layout. Okay, I just needed to go, like... Okay, if I go to the Jeweled Corsair, then I should be right about there. So let's go ahead and grab the, Ethernet shard over here. Okay, I gotta go up. House Darendare. Dinner of House Hortemps. And whose favor do they aim to gain this time? Not that concerns you, but House Darendare and Hortemps don't exactly see eye to eye. Little wonder they would ask you to deliver this missive. Far be it for me to scabrate matters. The invitation will be delivered. What my lord does with it is not my concern. Alright, we finished that up. And I want to say this way will lead us back up there. Oh, I just realized we don't have a minion out. Huh. Let's go ahead and correct that here. May as well have this guy hanging around for a while still. Anyways, who return. I hope you were not met with too hostility. High House of Ishgard descended from the heroes who once fought alongside Hadroth, the first Azun Dragoon. Their ancestors were the founders of Ishgard, and it is from their bloodlines that Archbishop is chosen. There's no force greater than their combined strength when pitted against the Horde. When vying for power here in Ishgard, however, they are like corals fighting for territory in a small pit. If you involve yourself in politics, here's a dangerous game. You would do well to remember that. Alrighty. Just jump down here again. Closest one's like right over here, so I guess we'll be taking that one. There's also a summer event going on that I'll have to like get going with here soon. What do you have here? You're the look of someone who need a task. Well, it just so happens I'm looking for a helping hand. One of our delivery airships is under repairs, and we're in the midst of preparing a test flight. Showing a safe path is of utmost importance. I need someone to take this flight plan to General Guard at the Athurnium Astrologum. I'd be ever grateful if you could take it to him. Guess we're heading this way. Wherever this way leads. Greetings and welcome to the Ethereum Astrologium. Might I ask what drew you here to this place of learning? Well, I have this flight plan to deliver. Ah, missive from Miss Klyx. Another test flight I see, and it leaves us pressed for time. Our knowledge of the dragon's hunting cycles indicates they'll be quite active around this time. I need not tell you what will happen should any of our airships encounter them. That's why our astrologians are supposed to interpret the stars for signs of Dravinian activity before airships are permitted to leave. But delaying the shipment would cause grave repercussions. Our only option is to hasten repairs on the airship. Please speak of Farliot at the Sky Skill Manufactory and see if there's any odd he can do. Sure, we can do that. Okay, Sky Steel Manufactory. Haste repairs to the airship. Easier said than done, my friend. Your parent oversee the production of dragon-slaying weapons, such as the ballistas and Bertha cannons, under orders from House Hellenart. The magitech utilized in these airships is most certainly not within our regular field of expertise. It is no simple matter of rush anything. I suppose if we are to contend with the Horde, it cannot be helped. Tell Klyx we'll do what we can. Alright, we can head back now. Oh, that's what I'm missing. I was wondering what I was missing from the empty spot here, and I just realized it was my run. Aye, aye. Okay. Okay. Just takes a while to learn all these names. Oh, thank goodness. The swiftness of your report is most appreciated. The advent of your airship is surely a wonderful thing, but not without its hindrances, as you can see. It allows us to cross the ice wall, blocking passage to Wethan Crithias, and navigate the Sea of Clouds, but Holland may have mercy on the ship that should encounter dragons. That's why the Holy See is seen to employ machinists and Australians in the operation of our airships. Okay. Are you ready to port, madame? The airship bound for Camp Cloudtop will be leaving shortly. Sure, let's go ahead and do it. So I guess this will get us out to the areas where we're going to be fighting in, since the cities obviously are a hub spot for this expansion.
Upon an airship, conceived within the fecund mind of Sid Garland, renegade prodigy of Garlemald, who had come to call Eorzea home. High into the heavens, where isles of earth and stone floated as clouds, a frontier the knights of Ishgard had scarce begun to explore. To a fledgling outpost, within the sea of clouds, where careworn scouts ever scanned the skies for winged shadows, she came.
Alright. Awfully cold up here. I mean, Corythius may not be blessed with the warmest weather in the world, but compared to this, it seems positively balmy. And of course, our hero is wholly unperturbed. You don't have to maintain that strong, silent persona all the time, you know? Never mind, we need to find Lady Laniat. She's in charge of the garrison here. Oh, and when we find her, just follow my lead, yes? Excellent. Looks like they have a ether rod here too, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. Alright. I guess we have to head this way. At least I assume so? Okay, no, maybe there's a different way I have to go. I'm gonna go ahead and switch those two spots. Where is the... Okay, it's over that way. I don't want to go throwing myself, but also this is probably a perfect time to try out our Griffin, because we did get a Griffin with this expansion pack. I got like the deluxe edition, I think. Where do I go from here, actually? Let me see. Okay, now we're going the right way. Huh, it's weird that they don't have any, name above them. Huh. I got something's attention, but I'm not quite interested in fighting it, to be honest. Go ahead and jump off of that. It's just scorched us. Welcome. I'm Sir Linnea de Hollinart, commander of the forces stationed here at Camp Cloudtop. Strange though it may sound, I have long dreamed of meeting you. I am in your debt, you see, and shall ever remain so. Were not for you, my younger brother Francel would have been executed upon the word of a false inquisitor. Alas, a knight must go where duty demands, and thus I have been unable to seek you out. But by the grace of Hollon, I have been granted an opportunity to thank my brother's savior in person, and to call upon her generous aid. Besides, surely I know not what I have done to deserve this double blessing. Ham, 'tis a pleasure to see you again, my lady Laniette. You cut an elegant figure as always, a steel-clad rose, equally at home on a battlefield or in a ballroom. Lord Emilian, if it is not too much to ask, I should be grateful if you would allow me to finish speaking of Mistress Scorchdust. Camp Cloudtop was established to provide early warning of impending Dravinian incursions. The high elevation afforded by the surrounding isles makes it ideal for this purpose. Naturally, it also makes us a ready target for attack. We are not defenseless, however. The Protector, our largest and most advanced airship, is capable of drowning all but the mightiest dragons. Alas, as you may have noticed, it is currently going under repair. What is worse, our efforts have been hampered by an indigenous beast tribe known as the Venue, with whom we have several skirmishes already. No beastman is a match for a man of Ishgard. Bring me a birdman, I'll show you him a thing or two. I fear much and more maybe of asking you in the days to come, Mr. Scorchdust. Alright. Ooh. These are almost as strong as the pants I'm wearing right now. That's actually kind of, I don't know. That's kind of unfortunate. While I understand Count Edmond's intentions, I'd rather not waste valuable time ensuring that the young lord doesn't get trampled underfoot. True, it's entirely possible they may learn something from this experience, but if left to his own devices, I think it far more likely that he'll make a mess of things. Tell him that I would like him to keep watch for Dravinian outflyers. Then, when you make a moment to speak of his manservant in private, make it clear that it is his responsibility to keep Emmeline from shirking his duty. A request from Leniette. Why didn't she think to ask me in person? Surely she must see me standing here but a few arms away. Ah, never mind, what is it? A mission, yes, of course, this is why I'm here. I shall do as my lady asks. Ah, Mr. Scorchdust, I do not believe I properly introduced myself. My name is Honorart. I serve at the pleasure of Lord Emmeline. Lady Leniette would have me accompany Lord Emmeline on his mission? I understand completely. I do my utmost to keep him out of harm's way. Alrighty. Now we can get down to business. Were he of another house, mayhap I would not feel obligated to go at such lengths to preserve his safety and dignity. In any case, I appreciate you speaking to him for me. It would seem he actually listens to you, at least far more so than others. Or mayhap you are more skilled at this than most. I suspect you have had to humor your fair share of difficult men before. Guess I'll go with the ninja stuff, why not? Now that Emmeline is out of harm's way, we are free to discuss matters of actual import, such as our struggles with the venue. We first encountered the venue several years ago when we had just begun to explore the Sea of Clouds. After an exchange of pleasantries and gifts, we received permission to construct a permanent lookout post. There were peace between our peoples for half a year, until suddenly, for reasons unknown, their attitudes towards us changed, and began to attack our foraging parties without provocation, forcing us to rely more heavily on the supplies put in from Ishgard. But words are no substitute for first-hand experience. Go and see Sir Meliel. She could use your assistance. Am I going up here? It's kind of neat, actually. It's a pretty, like, almost vertical upwards movement there, though. It's just scorched us, I presume. Lady Leniad told me you were coming. I hear tell you've never faced a venue before. Well, spend enough time on patrol and you'll sure to cross paths with them eventually. These birdmen are native to the floating isles. I say birdmen, but they're not at all like the Exile. Unless the Exile's mother was a Gigas. Here, let me mark several locations on your map. If you discover any venue in these areas, kill or drive them away. That does save us some time. We do have an optional quest off this way, so let's go ahead and see what this is about. If there's a... Okay, they're there. I say, you are not a ward of House Fortimes I've heard so much about. Perfect, I have need of adventure of such repute. You see, Cloud Top is a post for those who say, let us say, serve beyond their usefulness. Do what we can to make the best of it, but I know the others are disheartened, and they take no pride in their duties. Though this place has robbed them of their vigor, they are yet proud men of House Harnart, and I refuse to let their spirits sour and their blades grow dull. How to do this has become my foremost concern. And then it dawned upon me, we must improve the quality of food. Think about it, what more can you expect of troops denied a hearty breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Surely better meals could go a long way in rekindling their spirits. But Farablut, our camp's quartermaster, would never hear of it, at least not from me. But if he were to hear from you an adventure of your background, he would have at least taken it into consideration. I beg you, please speak some sense into him for the camp. Sounds easy enough. So we head all the way back over that way? Ooh. Ooh, there's a new battle theme. Okay, that's pretty neat. Let me get my Chocobo out. Taking longer than I wanted to be. Not sure where the spot is to get back up either. Okay, there it is. You want what for this camp? Heartier meals? Don't tell me Gildon sent you, did he? It's no small feat having supplies shipped here, you know. Even the wealthiest nobles will be hard-pressed to afford constant deliveries of fresh foods to a place such as this. It simply cannot be done. He's so dissatisfied with our provisions, he should forage and cook for himself. A number of our men are already doing just that. He's always one to overindulge in his eating, and I fear hunger is clouding his judgment. But he's mistaken if he thinks I can freely request shipments of goods as I please. I ask you a favor of you. If Cloud Top is known for a nutritious and surprising filling variety of mushroom, I'd like you to find one and give it to Gildon for me. Perhaps then he'll find a way to sate his appetite on his own and leave me be. What are they, like bat cats? I got the attention of something there. Let's see if anything pops out at us. Oh, we found him. Yeah, they're kind of like birds and like a gorilla put together. I don't know. I guess I'm fighting you now too. And there we go. Ah, another spot over here, it looks like. Can I make this? No, I can't. Okay. These guys do hit a little bit harder than I was expecting. Oh, now the bat notices me. It's been hanging out in the background the whole entire time. Guess it was some kind of bat cat. Oh, come on. Okay. Let's see more of these venue guys. Oh, okay. Nobody showed up this time. There should be a mushroom here somewhere. Ah, we found it. Okay. All right. This looks pretty nice during the day. See if I can just get this one off my tail here. Okay. Oh, there! Alright. That finishes up all that. Let's go ahead and chocobar our way back out there. Looks like somebody else is fighting out here too. So how'd you fare? Do you think Falbar has come around to seeing things our way? My, what a delectable looking mushroom you have there. So round, so plump. I appreciate the offering, but why'd you bring this to me? What if Felbert? Said what? How absurd to think I would not make such a request for selfish gains. Future Camp Cloudtop is not to be taken lightly. That's not to say I'm not hungry, mind you. I guess I kind of depend on him to help make change, after all. I'll have to think of something else. Maybe salty mushrooms or mushroom soup. What? Oh, I'm merely thinking of meals for the men. Yes, of course. If I cannot improve morale through food, then I'll have to take more drastic measures. Yet some heroic feat to rally men and enliven their spirits. As they say, it is the idle man who is the miserable man. For a man of Ishgard, who would make more heroic than slaying a dragon? They say Camp Cloudtop is devoid of dragons, making it perfect for men of our lowly standing. Surely at least one dragon has found its way to this region now. I cannot leave my post just yet, so I must ask that you take up the search until I'm able. First, I suggest speaking with the men around camp for a lead. If you've tracked one down, report back to me. I should gather the men and head out to slay the foul beast. Finish with your patrol. Anything to report? Yeah, maybe it was too much hope for a day without a skirmish. At least I can take solace in the fact that Holland has blessed us with a mighty ally. Excepting your recent clashes with the venue, I cannot have escaped your notice that things here are rather peaceful to the detriment of our garrison's discipline. Despite being built as an observation post, you've yet to record a single intrusion by the Horde. That's why, as far as everyone's concerned, Camp Cloudtop is a backwire of no significance. Of course, the pride of our camp, the vaunted Protector, is in a perpetual state of needing repairs, so even when the Holy See to come under Dravinian attack, we'd be unable to fly to their aid. Simply put, Mistress Scorched Dust, this is where the ambition comes to die. If you have inspirations for advancement, you'll be right at home. However, I would like you to think the enthusiasm can be contagious as apathy. If you'll indulge me, if you seek out the sentries to stoke their fighting spirit, psych them up, you might say. Alrighty. But for now, I think I'm going to be calling this a day, and... Wow, that grabbed me from way over there? Sheesh. May as well grab this other person here. Hello there, Missy. No doubt you have important work to tend to. Well, we all have our part to play. As a matter of fact, I should be handing out these meals. These old bones don't move like they used to. As I said, we have a part to play, and I can't very well keep the good men and women of Camp Cloudtop waiting. I suppose you'd be willing to make a few deliveries of my stead, would you? Packages are clearly labeled. I can't offer much, but I'll compensate you for your trouble. Okay. But yeah, we'll go ahead and pick this up next time, and I'll see you guys next time here in Heavensward.